Seniors urge Congress to protect Social Security, Medicare ahead of the State of the Union address. This is just coming out today and now being updated 1 hour ago. And this is your update live. Ahead of Tuesday's State of the Union address, seniors are sending letters to President Joe Biden urging him to tell Congress to protect Social Security and Medicare. They want him to do this in the State of the Union address tonight. Let me know. Do you think that he's going to be addressing Social Security and Medicare? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you team yes, they're going to be addressing Social Security, or are you team no, they are not going to be making that a priority in the speech tonight? Let me know your thoughts. Also, the future of the program is a part of the debate on how to handle the nation's debt limit. And I've let you know, originally there was talks about cuts being made to Social Security, and we have heard that that has been removed off of the table now, and they're saying that cuts will not be made. As a matter of fact, we heard Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy say, I am going to strengthen Social Security. And then that same day, we heard President Biden say, no, I am going to strengthen Social Security. So now we have Republicans and Democrats fighting over who is going to be the one to strengthen Social Security benefits. And we have right now seniors urging the Biden administration to get it done. Now, the future of the program is a part of the debate on how to handle the nation's debt limit. In the discussions, one point of fierce contention has emerged whether commissions need to be established to identify changes to the programs. Now, also, you guys, I am live. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me and see me okay. Let me know if everything is sounding good and doing well before I dive too deep into the content. Want to make sure that everything is going good. And yes, I am feeling better. Thank you so much. My voice is recovering, but I'm getting there. I'm coming along. Thank you guys. Excellent. You guys can hear me and see me okay. And again, these articles are linked in the description below. And we're waiting for Biden to give his State of the Union address, which is probably going to be about in 2.5 hours. He's going to be addressing some of the main concerns right now as we go into 2023 for his administration. And I let you guys know yesterday, if you missed the videos, check it out right after this one. The breaking news coming out that Social Security and Medicare advocates were urging support for Biden to speak about this. There was a petition signed. I let you guys know about it in that video. A lot of people told me they signed and said, thank you, Steve, for letting us know. You are very welcome. I try to keep on top of everything. So a lot of our viewing community from the Ram fam had their names on that petition urging Biden to address protecting and defending Social Security in his speech tonight. Now, we will see. But in addition to that, that article notified us and let us know that Bernie Sanders has just as of last week announced he is going to be reintroducing the Social Security Expansion Act, and is going to be reintroduced as the Social Security Expansion Act of 2023. And you will recall that that is the bill, the piece of legislation that called to reform Social Security and also enhance benefits across the board by $200 per month, or $2,400 for the year, finally making good on those promises that President Biden had made over 2 years ago. And now we'll be seeing if they're going to do it. Let me know in the comments down below. I see a lot of people hopping on right now. We've got about 200 people. Do you guys that are currently on, do you believe that they're going to get the Social Security Expansion Act done finally? Or do you think that it's going to be more unfulfilled promises? People have been waiting for quite some time. President Biden had run his campaigns when he was going for president on increasing Social Security benefits. We had also heard promises of stimulus checks, child tax credits, and assortment of different provisions, all of which have gone unfulfilled for quite some time now. And I see people hopping in the comments, letting me know more promises, more prayers, people letting me know what they think right now. Are they going to be including SSI? Good question. So I let you know in yesterday's videos the details of the Social Security Expansion Act. We had seen in the fact sheet, it had said that it would increase benefits across the board for everybody. But what we found out was when we took a look at the actual bill, it did not include text for including supplemental security income, or SSI. So we will see. And also, I had a shout out yesterday. Thank you so much to Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown took a look at that video. I want to shout him out. He gave me a super thanks of $5. I didn't know you could even do that on a video. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. And he had asked me, so if this goes through, will $200 be given per month to SSDI if this passes next year? And I wrote him a response and let him know that as it is written from before, Yes, SSDI would be included for the $200 per month bump up, but SSI is the one in question. Now, I also clarified in my response to him and let him know that we do not know for sure, though, if it's going to be a replica of last year's bill or if when Bernie Sanders reintroduces it here very soon, if it'll be a modified version. Maybe SSI will be included. Maybe there'll be some other caveats. Maybe things will be removed or included that will make it different from the bill that was presented last year. Now, whatever unfolds, though, I will be sure to let you guys know. And like I said, President Biden, he's going to be giving his State of the Union address here in about 2 hours or so. And we're going to be hearing from him on the priorities. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. Do you think that he is going to be addressing Social Security and Medicare funding in this State of the Union address? And we had those letters sent to him, those petitions that were signed telling him, address this now. Seniors of the United States are urging you, President Joe Biden, to address these topics for us. Do you think he's going to be delivering, or do you think, no, the speech was already written, he's got his priorities, and if it was in there, it's going to be in there. If it's not going to be in there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And again, you guys, the updates on that came out in my videos on my channel yesterday. So if you missed those, check them out. It's the one that says it's finally back. The new $2,400 bill, the Social Security Expansion Act. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into the article, get you caught up as to what they're saying about the push urging Biden to include this in his speech tonight, as it is a big priority. And we've heard Social Security is going to be in the forefront for 2023. And also, you guys, do me a favor. If you appreciate the updates, smash the like button, hit subscribe. I realize I've been going for quite some time now, haven't requested that. Do me a favor and smash that for me if you appreciate the content. Now, again, this just came out today and was updated 1 hour ago. And it says, in the run-up to Tuesday's State of the Union address, AARP has encouraged its members ages 50 and over to send a message to President Joe Biden. Urge Congress to keep their hands off of our Social Security and Medicare benefits. Members can sign a pre-drafted letter asking Biden to demand lawmakers strengthen Social Security and Medicare and support caregivers in the annual speech tonight. The response so far has been overwhelming, with about 82,000 letters sent in just the past week, according to Bill Sweeney, Senior Vice President and Governor Affairs at AARP. This is a powerful message, and our members are absolutely laser focused on protecting Social Security and Medicare, Social Security and the debt ceiling debate. The future of Social Security and Medicare have increasingly come up in the debate around the debt ceiling. Now, in January, the U.S. hit the debt limit. I let you guys know that we had hit the debt ceiling, but they're saying that we have until around June or so, July, before we default. And they're calling that the X date, when everything falls apart. And we have never hit this before. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to avoid it. We believe members of Congress understand and realize the severity of what is on the line here, and that they'll come to some sort of agreement before that default happens. But it says, in January, the U.S. hit the debt limit, which represents the total amount of the government's borrowing capacity to meet its obligations. And since it has turned to extraordinary measures to continue making payments, it is up to Congress to agree to raise or eliminate the debt ceiling to prevent an unprecedented default on the country's debt. As a part of the negotiation, lawmakers may look to cut costs. Both Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy have vowed to keep changes to Social Security, Medicare off of the table. So Social Security and Medicare recipients, they're saying, do not have to worry about cuts to their programs. However, House Republicans' budget plans calls for cuts to the programs, such as raising the retirement age or changing the way that the annual Social Security cost of living adjustment is calculated. Those changes may not be included in the debt ceiling negotiations, but efforts to create commissions to examine the program's futures may move forward as a part of the deal, which has set off vigorous debates ahead of the State of the Union. The American people want more jobs and lower costs, not a death panel for Medicare and Social Security, White House spokesperson Andrew Bates said in a statement issued just this week. And just to reiterate, all of this is taking place right now, you guys. Social Security is in the forefront. Now, the term death panel refers to the rescue committees proposed in the Bipartisan Trust Act, which calls for committees to be formed to address each of the country's ailing trust funds. That would include Social Security's pensions and disabilities, Medicare Part A, and highway trust funds. Social Security funds are projected to pay full benefits until the year 2035, but we have also heard it might even be sooner than that due to the fact that the COLA increases have been substantially larger than anticipated. We've heard as soon as 2033, at which point just 80% of the monthly checks would be payable. So, in other words, if you collect a monthly check from Social Security of, say, $1,000, you would suddenly only get $800. And when you'd ask them, why am I getting shorted $200? They'd simply respond, sorry, we just don't have enough money to provide to everybody that collects Social Security all across the board. Everybody's going to get cut short. That is why they're moving right now to try to fix this. Medicare's Part A trust fund, which covers hospital care, is projected to pay full benefits until the year 2028. So that is going to be running out sooner than even Social Security, at which point 90% of the benefits will be payable. So then if you were supposed to get $1,000, you'd only get $900. And again, they would simply say, sorry, we just don't have the funds to pay everybody. Another bill, the Bipartisan Social Security Commissions Act, would seek to form temporary commissions to address the solvency of the program's funds under expedited procedures. Whether such committees or commissions are necessary to shore up Social Security's trust funds is a topic of fierce debate among experts. The White House needs to stop demagoguing this issue and start taking looming insolvency seriously, said Maya McGinnis, president of the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, said in a statement on Monday. So you guys, this is just happening as of yesterday. Again, to reiterate, this is all unfolding right now. We heard Social Security was coming to the forefront, and it is definitely happening. Attacking a bipartisan idea as a death panel demonstrates a lack of seriousness on this important issue, McKinnon said, referring to Bates' comment. Yet others fear creating commissions may fast-track changes that the public would not have the opportunity to fully vet. AARP doesn't support these sorts of commissions to do the job that Congress is there to do, Sweeney said. Existing congressional committees, specifically the House Ways and Means Committee of the Senate Finance Committee, are already equipped to handle these issues with a bipartisan approach, Sweeney said. Social Security changes require bipartisan support. Now, listen to this. Any changes to Social Security's trust funds would require 60 votes in the Senate by law and therefore require both parties to come together, he noted. For Congress to suggest that this is the reason that we have a debt ceiling problem and we should look at these programs to cut is just really outrageous, Sweeney said. These are benefits that people have earned, and they should expect that Congress and the president will work together to protect these benefits for the people. Biden is expected to emphasize the importance of strengthening Social Security and Medicare in his State of the Union address. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said on Monday, I did not realize that. So if you are team, he is going to mention Social Security as a priority. We have heard from the White House Press Secretary that tonight anticipate Biden will be addressing Social Security. So it sounds like he is going to be touching on the topic. We will see how in depth he goes into it, or if he'll just be kind of just mentioning it briefly and saying we want to strengthen Social Security. The speech is set to include previews of the budget Biden plans to send to Congress on March 9th, which includes funding for those programs. And again, you guys, that is going to be coming up here in about 2 hours. Let me know if you're planning to watch it. The State of the Union address by the president tonight. Maybe I'll do a poll and see how many people are actually going to be watching it, or how many people are just going to be waiting for me to report on it in the morning tomorrow. Either way, you guys, I will make sure that you guys know about what's going on. Now, also, as I mentioned, there was that petition to urge President Joe Biden to mention this in his speech tonight, and it sounds like he is going to be. And we also heard, listen to this, this is the article I referenced yesterday, Senator Bernie Sanders is close to introducing a new bill, the Social Security Expansion Act of 2023, that will put Social Security on solid financial footing for the next 75 years. So he's got a plan to extend the solvency while increasing the benefits for everyone. The Sanders bill, if it became law, It would make millionaires and billionaires pay an additional share on their taxes. Currently, they pay a far smaller portion of their incomes than do the working people, according to this article. Now, we're going to be seeing what happens here as more than 200 members of Congress have already taken a pledge promising never to cut Social Security or Medicare. And in his State of the Union address, President Biden should put that question to every member of Congress. Can you promise your constituents that you will never cut Social Security or Medicare? Social Security Works is urging everyone to sign their petition. And this is directly from their website. And there you heard Bernie Sanders reintroducing the Social Security Expansion Act of 2023, which is the most popular piece of legislation on Social Security that was introduced last year to reform the entire system and enhance the benefits by $200 per month across the board. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. But that is pretty much the update for you guys. We're going to be seeing what unfolds. Let me see if there's any questions in the comments. If you got any, now's the time. I'll do my best to respond to you guys before hopping off and just getting ready for that State of the Union address. Somebody said, hello, Steve. Blessings to you and your family. I have to unsubscribe because I have another email that we'll use to subscribe again. Thank you, Gurfran. If you got 2 emails, you can subscribe twice. Smash the like button twice. Let me see. Santos Garza says, our friend is gone. That Bernie Sanders bill passed through Congress. In Jesus' name, amen, that it happens, Lord. Yeah, we will see. They're saying he's going to be reintroducing it. It was introduced back in June of 2022, and I was keeping my eye on it because it was by far the most popular bill that we had seen. But then we really hadn't heard much about it. There was that one and the 2100 Act. There was another one. There was 3 that were very popular. We hadn't heard much on them, and we heard they might be coming back at the end of the year. And then at the end of the year, we heard it was either going to be Social Security or child tax credits. And child tax credits emerged in their attempt to pass in the omnibus bill. But they said that's okay because in 2023, since we have at the end of the year addressed child tax credits, in 2023, we will address Social Security. It looks like they're making good on their promise, and it looks like they're going to be bringing back the Social Security Expansion Act. Any news on Texas unemployment lawsuit? Asked Bobby. Bobby, I have not heard of anything on the lawsuits. I've heard they're still dragging on. If I get any updates, I'll be sure to let you know. I did, though, hear my wife, shout out to my wife, Monica, that there's some updates on Texas on the food stamps and the PEBT on new programs. I'm going to be taking a look at that in more detail and adding that to the relief roadmap, which is the comprehensive list of the state, city, and county stimulus provisions, checks, and things that are available for everybody. That's at my website, www.reliefroadmap.com. I'll take a look at that Texas one and see if I can add that, if it's something that'll help out people. Let's see here. Terry said she's going to be tuning in. I think it should be interesting. Thank you so much again, Steve. God bless. You are welcome, Terry. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a look myself. Thank you, says Virginia. You are very welcome. Does the roadmap have anything for Louisiana? I believe it does, Tyrell. I can't remember off the top of my head because there's over 100 different ones in there. I think like 25 or 30 of them are just California alone. But I want to say there is one for Louisiana. But I can't recall right now off the top of my head. Goodfriend says, thank you, my friend. You are welcome. Patrick says, videos and stories of the year is, there's certain things I can't say on YouTube, so I'm not going to say that, Patrick's. Any stimulus for NF Fed State City, New Mexico, Fed State and City, I'm guessing. That one is from Roxanne. Yes, Roxanne, New Mexico does have some state checks. I believe there's some different city checks too, if I remember correctly. And again, that's at the Relief Roadmap, www.reliefroadmap.com. If you're interested, I'm going to be adding some new updates to that for people. Bobby says, thank you, Steve. You are welcome. Jerry Bourne says, do you have a prediction of anything that will be raised? Says Jerry. Jerry, I try not to do any predictions because one of the things I've learned is that Congress can flip from one day to the next. They will say, we're going to cut Social Security. Then they say, we're going to enhance Social Security. Then we won't hear anything for them from a month. And then all of a sudden, it's time for the midterm elections. And then all of a sudden, they do stimulus checks. So I try not to do that because I've learned that you never know what they're going to be doing. Santos says, hey, Steve, make sure that you pray real hard for me and my husband, everybody else tonight, that Biden's, because I didn't catch quite all of that, Santos, but I'm definitely praying for everybody in our country right now. Also, keep me in prayer that I have a quick recovery and I get my voice back very soon. I also pray for all of the people going through the harsh conditions in the weather right now, and also for all of the earthquakes that are happening all over the world. In the past 48 hours, there have been tons of earthquakes and a lot of people passing away. So keep them in prayer as well. Patrick says, shocked. So many took the, yeah, Patrick, again, there's certain things I can't say on YouTube. So, but I hear you. The little truck that I have, cancer really nervous, says Santos. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Definitely keep you and the family in prayer. Um, it's really devastating, but I know that there are ways to recover. I also had a woman in my church that was miraculously healed from stage 4 cancer recently. Absolutely incredible, wonderful woman of faith. So I know that prayer helps, prayer works. Uh, Wes says, give cancer patients more money so that way we can live longer. We can still help out a lot of the people that are going through what we are going through. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they're still hurting at this time. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on whatever funding they provide, whatever they say they're going to be doing. Liliana says, what about Acton, California? Are we going to be getting help? Says Lillian. Lillian, Acton does not ring a bell, the city, but I do know there's county and state checks for California in the relief roadmap as well. Maybe if your county is in there, but Acton, if that's the city, it's not ringing a bell. Thank you for being born, Steve, says Tyro. You're welcome. I just got to thank my mom for that one. I just wish to increase income limit for SSDI because it's not fair, says El Prophet. Yeah, I'll keep you up to date if they change the income tax limits. Prayer for everyone who took, says Patrick. Amen. Steve, let's see everything from tonight's State of the Union address tonight, says Ellis. Yes. And you know what? I got to figure out how to get my streaming stuff taken care of so I can put stuff on the screen. I was thinking about that myself. It would be cool if we could all hop on and watch the State of the Union address together, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm not the most tech savvy, so once I get the hang of it, then I'll be able to do live streams where we can all watch it together. I tried to do that recently, and the sound wouldn't work. I tried to do one for address in the house, but once I figure it out, that would be awesome. We could all watch it together. Let's see here. Emmanuel says, up in prayer for SSI. I'm really struggling. Emmanuel, we're praying that all the benefits for those that need it will be provided. We will see. I will keep you up to date. Prayers and blessings to all, says Carmen. I've seen stage 4 cancer patients be healed in my church as well, says El Prophet. Yes, healing is real. Prayer is real. It works. It's in California, says Lillian. Yes, I got that, but then the city itself. So for the relief roadmap, the way it works is I have states, counties, and cities. In the state section, I have California programs that cover the entire state. So if you're in the state, you get it. Then there's various county programs. And if you're in those particular California counties, you can be included for particular programs. And then also there's city programs. And if you're in those cities, you can get that as well. So I think you said Acton or Akron, whatever that city was. I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing that city, but where's that county? And also there are state benefits for California as well. Get well soon. Somebody says, thank you so much. Yes, I'm starting to feel much better. My voice is slowly coming back. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any other questions I can help out with. Denise says Elizabeth Warren has also been in the seniors corner. Yeah, actually she co-sponsored that Social Security Expansion Act with Bernie Sanders as well. Hope you are starting to feel better. Steve says, Mary, yes, I am starting to feel better. Thank you so much, Mary. Feeling much better than I was this weekend. Let's see here. James says, Steve, find a teenager to show you how to work your system. They know everything. Yes, you are very right. I need to get a teenager. Actually, there's a guy in my church. He is awesome. And he's actually like a cybersecurity and IT. And he actually helped me fix a couple things recently. He gave me some updates to do on my laptop, but I can't figure out why they're not working. I'm going to have to hit him up again and have him help me out. He's going to get me all set up. Steve, feel better, drink some tea, gargle salt water and lemon. Yeah. So I've got my wife and my parents have been giving me a ton of awesome stuff. I have got like hot spicy soup. I've got a ton of fruit popsicles, a ton of delicious fruit from HEB. I'm originally from California, so I didn't know about HEB until we moved to Texas. Let me tell you, HEB is the best. It is like the Disneyland of grocery stores. And my mom brought me some fruit from HEB, fresh fruit. It's fantastic. If you're ever in Texas, you have got to visit a HEB grocery store. It's incredible. They got everything. And you have to visit a Buc-ee's gas station, which again, I had no idea existed. And Buc-ee's is like the Disneyland of gas stations. If you can believe that, they've got everything. It's insane. They've got like barbecue and they've got the fudge. I always get fudge, and they've got all kinds of stuff there. It's awesome. We actually, just for fun family trips where the kids and I were just feeling like getting out of the house, me and my wife, we all hop in the truck and we just go to Buc-ee's and we get like ices and get a bunch of fun stuff. But what was I even talking about? Oh, yes. Just they've been bringing me a ton of good stuff for my throat, and it's been helping out a lot and feeling much better. Wade says, what about Biden's $2,000 promise? Yeah, Wade, I'd like to know about that too. Waiting to see what's happening. We still have got in excess of $500 billion of leftover stimulus funds sitting from previous accounts. So we're going to be seeing what happens with that. Jeff asked if I had COVID. No, I didn't. I tested negative. Not sure if it was a false negative or maybe I tested too late, but I tested negative. So the good news is I don't think I have COVID. I have had it twice before. The first time I had it was back in February of 2020, before we even knew what it was. And I had it really bad. It was one of the worst experiences being sick I've ever had. And I have asthma, so I was in a lot of trouble. But luckily, I recovered. It took me a long time. It took me about a month to get over it. And that's when I realized when the pandemic hit, what I had a COVID. I had one of the first cases. And then I had it Christmas 2021. I had gotten the Delta variant as well. And I lost all my taste. It was crazy. It was weird. But luckily, like I recovered from the Delta one after a couple weeks. And it wasn't as bad. Each time the variants, I feel like, are becoming less and less severe. And it just reminds me exactly of the Spanish flu that they had back in the 1900s, from what I read. It was extremely deadly and very, very serious, and then just kept mutating and mutating until about after 2 or 3 years or so. It is now the common flu that we have and never went away. That's what I'm anticipating is going to be unfolding here with COVID. I'm expecting probably it's never going to go away. It's just going to keep having variants that just become less and less deadly. It'll just be something we've got to live with. Brenda says, sounding a little bit better. Yes. Spicy food probably won't help the sore throat. I don't know, like the heat, it feels like it helps. And then also the spice kind of like helps clear up my sinuses. Denise says she's got to get off. She's got a meeting. Thanks for watching me at work, Denise. I appreciate it. You can go ahead and watch the replay back later when you get a chance, when you get off work. Antibiotics. Bobby says, is Texas offering programs for misplaced families due to COVID? Help you get back home to your state. Bobby, I'll take a look and see what's available in Texas for you, and I'll let you know. Santos said that they had asthma as well. They had a hard time. Yeah, I was really concerned about the pandemic when it first hit because I had asthma really bad. How are you doing in Texas, Steve? Is Texas good? Asked Hassan. Yes, I'm really enjoying Texas. The cost of living is significantly lower than California, along with the housing. The housing taxes are a little bit higher, but since they're actually significantly less expensive, it's not as bad. Being from California, I'm happy with the prices. Also, I'm really enjoying it. We're blessed and happy to be here. Also paying a lot less on taxes here in Texas. It's just something I'm really happy about for my businesses. As you guys know, I'm actually not sure if everybody knows I'm a real estate investor. I've been flipping houses and purchasing rentals, and also got some other little like online businesses that I do. And it's nice to get away from some of the taxation I get hit with. So, Speed doing the phenomenal more job. I appreciate you. You are very welcome, John. 2 teaspoons of honey. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Well, you guys, I don't see any more questions directly related to Social Security or the speech tonight. I'm going to be hopping on and I'll see what the president has to say. I'll be sure to report it to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for all the well wishes. I feel like I've just been talking about myself for the past like 15 minutes. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys. And again, shout out to Kyle for the super thanks. I really appreciate that, you guys. And if you want more information on stimulus checks on state, city, and county levels, you can find it at www.reliefroadmap.com. I'm going to be adding more updates for you guys, and I'll keep you up to date as more unfolds. With that being said, you guys, love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. I will catch you in the next one. This is Steve.